Hey guys, welcome to That Spiritual Mindset by Krishwan, and today we're going to be talking about breaking limiting beliefs. Yes, that's right, breaking limiting beliefs. Okay, and what are the limiting beliefs that are limiting us? Okay, why? What? How are they? How are they disrupting our lives, or how are they causing blockages to our life? And why do you want to break your limiting belief, right? What's the use of breaking it? What is a limiting belief? Is a belief that is just limiting your growth, as simple as that. And a lot of the belief systems that we have learned from our young age and come here, that we have learned from generations before. They are limiting beliefs to the mind, right? So we have learned from our parents that, hey, maybe I should not talk this, I should not say that, I should not do that, I should not say swear words, and maybe I should not speak to strangers. All these are belief systems that we have learned, whether it's for good or bad. They're all belief systems that we have learned, and these belief systems, it might be crazy to think, but these belief systems are limiting us in so many ways of discovering our own selves. Even the bigger limiting systems, legalization of drugs, okay, is in fact pushing more people towards trying the drug because they don't have the freedom to try what it is, okay, and then with its consequences they see whether they get in or out of it. And when they know what the drug is and when they are free to try it, they have a better understanding of what this drug is, how it is used and whatnot, and they get this knowledge of, hey, if I continuously use this drug, this is happening to so it becomes more of a matter of self-love and self-health first, okay, when that belief system is like, broken. Oh, I'm not supposed to touch drugs because it's illegal. No, you do what you want to do, alright? You do what you have to do. You have to be able to do what you want to do. Like, somebody's put you into this universe for you to understand that, hey, I'm here in this universe and I'm free to explore this universe in any forms, means and manners, okay? And when you understand that, like, fears are all belief systems and all those kind of stuff, which I'll get to in a minute, you'll understand that, hey, now it's important to break that limiting belief, because that limiting belief was limiting from so many things that I couldn't experience in the world for myself. And yes, you can use your intuition as well to help you guide. You can use the universal power, the life force itself to guide you during this process as to whether you're taking the right thing or you don't want to be going that path, because you just know. You just know that it's not the right path for you. So limiting belief systems are all these belief systems that are placed in our mind from young age and from different things in life that happen to us. And even failure can also come into that, saying like, hey, I failed, and now I'm going to believe that. So I set my standard to like, oh, I can't even do this, and I'm going to believe that. And what happens is, as I believe it, I don't come across those opportunities that are trying to show me that, that is trying to give me the good, because I'm believing. That is also that's a limiting belief system. The belief system is limiting you to grow. It's limiting your growth. It's limiting your happiness. It's limiting your enjoyment in life. It's limiting about understanding about life. These belief systems can limit you, can just put a blockage right there. And a lot of these limited belief systems have come from generations back, guys. Like generations back, even like from like prehistoric times, a lot of these belief systems have come by. The need to please, the need to control. Those are insecurities as well. Okay, those are things that insecurities are like in a good way, things that would heal later on. So these limiting, so those are belief things as insecurity as well, but at the same time, limiting belief systems are also belief systems that are based on those insecurities. A belief system that this will never work. Oh no, I can never do this. When you say I can never do this, you set your standard for yourself, okay? And now that standard becomes your limiting belief system. You know, there's this, I read, it's just hitting me right now. I saw a video on Facebook, and in that video, it was just showing me like limiting belief systems. So it was more in a scientific way, where like if one person tries, the other person thinks he can beat it and all that. So back in the day, there was this racetrack, and they thought only the maximum was 4 seconds. This video is going on Facebook, so if you come across this video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. No. This video was like, it's like a bunch of athletes, okay, who are running track, and it's that they couldn't complete from like olden times. The fastest was 4 seconds. They could do that around this thing. I don't know anything about that sports. Not sports, running. So I can't say. So they had the least amount of time taken for the best winner was 4 seconds. And so what happened is, there was all the people of that time were like, oh, 4 is like, this guy's hit 4 seconds and nobody is able to go below that, blah blah blah. Then one lady came and she tried and she went to 3.93 seconds. So now all those people who believed that 4 was like the maximum anybody in the world could run, as they could run within that 4 seconds, you know. That's the fastest speed, that's what they thought, and nobody else can do any better than this. And then one lady, she just pushed it over to 3.9 seconds. So now you came from the 4 category to the 3 category. So now when she came to 3.93 seconds, the other people who are running along with her, or like future runners, they were trying to get better scores, like, oh wow, she actually did 3.93, and so now I can do a little better, and so they go for more. So now you realize that the limiting belief system that was like at 4 seconds, it just got crushed down. It was a belief system that was limiting the people. Oh, like 4 is just a human maximum, you can't go beyond that. And then somebody takes it one step further and goes to 3.9. Then they go to 3.83, blah blah blah. Because the limiting systems there, the belief system that hey, only 4 is available, is broken. And when it's broken, you can achieve like one step further. You know, your life just goes a leap better. And this is also in physical things. This is also in mental things. That doesn't mean you have to just, you know, jump out of the cliff and be like, hey, now I believe I can fly. That's not gonna work, okay? Because body has limiting beliefs that it is brought up with as well, okay? And those are like, it's kind of difficult. You have to, it's gonna take decades or generations, I guess, I don't know, okay? If it's sooner the better, I guess. But these limiting beliefs, so you see how that example of that track race and the athletes I gave you, you see how when you break your limiting belief, there is a lot more room for you to explore. You just start seeing a bigger picture of the whole world, and when you're seeing a bigger picture of the whole world, you're starting to see a bigger picture of yourself, and you're able to understand these things. And even in limiting belief system, it also comes not just physically. That was physical. That was an example of physical, how the athletes broke their own limiting belief system and they went below 4. But it's also for the inner mind. It's also the self, like the things that need to be healed, you know, and they need to be healed so that a particular thing kind of like doesn't repeat itself. Otherwise, it just repeats itself because it's just a reflection. The outer world is just a reflection of what is going on inside you. The universe is outside. The universe is also within us, right? We are a part in this universe. If you're calling the universe the whole thing, right? Then we are also in that whole thing, and we are also atoms and molecules just exchanging energy. So it's just to like decipher. But the current belief systems that are like people who are like stressed out, think they can't do it, it's all a belief system that we have been integrated into, whether physically through genes or whether through experiences. Like energy is always coming in, and each energy is giving its own data information to us, and we are releasing our data information, like I'm talking right to you right now. So they all crumble down, and belief systems like I can't do it, this can't happen, this won't work, blah blah blah, because we see a lot of we see through our eyes and we think that's the world. No, our eyes is just one sensory, our ears is another sensory, like that, 5 sensories. Feeling, touch, blah blah blah, smelling, tasting, sensories, and we are perceiving the world through that sensory. If your eyes are everything, you can't see microwaves, so what's the deal? So they don't exist. It's just like that. So when you when we see the world for what it is, we are like, oh, belief system, labels are all related to each other. Breaking out your belief systems is like breaking out your labels as well. You're open to the next thing. You're open to grasping information and testing and trying it and experimenting on it. Not breaking your belief system can also happen due to fear of change. There's this very important thing that a lot of people face, where fear of change. They're comfortable with whatever they have because they've lost a lot in their life, okay, and something has told them, hey, you just want to like cling on to whatever you have and you don't want to change, and that there are like so many insecurities, and so many insecurities causing realities that are creating problems in their life. Sad to see, but there's so many insecurities and they don't want to tell it out, or they don't want to expose themselves because they don't want to change. They want to be that way, okay. They don't want to approach the problems that are in there because they're just like, okay, I've got a hold of it somehow, so this happens, that happens, whatever, I'm not going to change, I'm just going to be here because it feels the safer thing to do. It's an emotion triggered by fear. So when you're breaking out that belief system that, hey, the universe and you is like one unit, it's like one compartment. You're breathing in air, you're trusting every breath in, and you're pooping out, peeing out, whatever, you're giving back energy to the universe. So you're in trust with it. So when you break that fear, once again you can choose to break your belief systems because you don't feel the fear of change anymore. You're like, okay, I can accept change for what it is, and when you understand that, these thoughts are creating the energy that is being put out into the body and outside. Those limiting belief systems just break because now you're seeing the world from a different perspective. So for those of you curious, I'm going to wrap it up out here. For those of you curious, try breaking the limiting beliefs if you want to. I mean, those of you curious who want to try different things out, this is something for you to try as well. And you will obviously be breaking your belief system because you're curious. You want to try something out. You want to go forward and try something. Unless some incident happened in your life where you say like, hey, I give up, I'm not going to try anymore. But the more you break your limiting beliefs, the more you're only open to learning. And when you're open to learning, you're learning about not only just the mental being or the physical being, or how to get not stressed or whatever. You are learning about the whole universe as a package. You are learning different pieces and parcels. You are joining the dots in whatever you are learning. Breaking limiting beliefs is fucking awesome. It's the most rewardful process ever, I'll tell you that. For me at least, because I'm curious, I'm a curious guy. For some people, I am curious, so I understood a lot of things, blah blah blah. I try to put it to the test, I do whatever I do. For some people, they're just like, okay, they have different things to deal with. But at the same time, there's also these tough spots which they want to cure, but they don't know how to, and they don't know where to go, or they think they don't have the time for their own selves. So there's so many things blocking them unknowingly. So that's it. So try breaking your limiting beliefs. Just upgrade you to the next level of like understanding the universe better and solving your own life through breaking those belief systems by checking out different other things as well. Breaking your inner belief systems opens the door for more opportunities and things to come in. That is the bad ones. Okay, so you want a good one, obviously, because you don't want a bad one. So you can switch your belief systems from a bad one to a good one. It's just a shift in personality. It's a shift in mindset, because remember, the mind is creating those thoughts, and those thoughts are creating an energetic resonance wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do. All right, guys. So yeah, if you like the video and it resonated with you, share it with other people, okay? And like, subscribe, and share. There are so many people who might need this information.